Hello, everybody. Dr. Lisa Thompson here. I'm so excited to be here with you this afternoon. And today I want to start off by asking you a question. How many of you who are looking to lose weight or you're looking to manage your blood sugars, you're just not getting those numbers? You're not losing the weight. You're not getting those numbers in your target areas, and you're just at your wit's end because you feel like you want to give up. Okay, here's what I want to talk about today is I'm going to share with you 5 words that you need to get rid of in your vocabulary. Okay, because there's a reason why you're struggling right now, and this is I really believe gonna help you out. Okay, now I've been participating, for those of you who've been kind of following me over the last couple of days, I'm participating in a 14-day challenge that my good friend Ray Higdon is doing. And the purpose of this 14-day challenge is to really help me craft a message that can really help diabetics, to help diabetics get healthy again, and is helping people who may be pre-diabetic not develop the disease. So I'm working on crafting my message. And today's topic, Ray was really diving into, the words we speak, because they're so important as to how we get our results. Okay. And what he titled it was, "You get to keep what you speak." So a lot of times it's not the activity, it's not the diet plan, it's not the exercise that is not helping you. It's helping you, but chances are you're negating it because of how you're thinking. Okay. Now, here's the thing you need to understand with healthy weight loss and getting your body back on track when it comes to health. When I tell this to my diabetics, that you want to look at, healthy management, it comes down really to 4 legs. Okay, so you have it like a table, view it like a table, and then there are 4 legs. There's like medication. So if you are on medications and diabetics, that means you're on insulin or your blood pressure. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Alzira. Glad to have you guys on. So it is taking your medications and insulin. Then there's diet, exercise, and the 4th leg is mindset. Okay, and a lot of times with health and wellness, we are not thinking about that mindset piece and rewiring our brain to have ourselves be looking at our health differently. Okay, because a lot of times when we get diagnosed with a big disease like diabetes, like heart disease, or we get diagnosed with cancer, there's this inward trend to beat ourselves up. And we tend to start using negative language where these 5 words come in. So I want you to get out a pad of paper and a pen and write these 5 words down. Okay, they are overwhelmed, stuck, disappointed, frustrated, and confused. All right, I'm going to say them again. Confused, disappointed, stuck, frustrated, and overwhelmed. Okay, and if you are constantly saying these words, whether you're thinking about it or you're saying it, like you go to the doctor, "I'm just stuck," or "I'm frustrated," or "I'm overwhelmed," what that does is when you speak it, you're going to bring it into existence. And so what happens is it becomes this broken record. And you get into this negative cycle, and you're going to attract and bring about more instances with regards to your health where you're going to feel disappointed, where you're going to feel confused, where you're going to feel frustrated, where you're going to feel stuck, and where you're going to feel disappointed, or with the 5 words. Again, confused, disappointed, stuck, overwhelmed, and frustrated. You say those words over and over again, you're going to bring about more situations. And that's not going to help you with your body, because all of a sudden when you say these 5 words, you're going to put your body into a stress cycle. When your body goes into a stress cycle, it's going to release more sugars into your bloodstream because it's considered your body considers that as activating the fight or flight response. So it's trying to get you to remove yourself from danger or to fight the danger. And that's why more blood sugars that are stored, the sugars that are stored in your body from all the food and liquid that you drink, when our body digests it, it's turned into sugar and then it gets stored, all right? And so all of that gets loose, all right? It gets released into your bloodstream to give you that, hey, Baxter, to give you that energy to either, run from the danger or you're going to fight it. And that's what can really spike your blood sugars. And what they're finding now in diabetes research is that, that is really playing, they're really starting to advocate having more mindfulness or more mindset training to get those blood sugars down. People who start changing their vocabulary around how they view their diabetes, how they speak about their diabetes, how they speak about their health in general, they're going to find that those stressors come down. It lowers the blood pressure. It also lowers the blood sugar. Okay. Now you're probably going, well, Doc, how does blood pressure get raised when you're stressed? Okay. So when we talked about when you have too much sugar in your blood, over time, your blood becomes really thick and fat. Absolutely, Elzira, stress is no good, whether it's real or imagined. And a lot of times we put too much stress on ourselves. So when we have this prolonged stress, blood sugars are too high for over a period of time, your blood becomes really thick and fat. And it takes longer for it to go throughout the body to so that it carries the nutrients and it carries the oxygen for your body to survive. So then what happens is that, when your blood gets really thick and fat, it's going to get harder to pass through your arteries and veins, making your heart work harder. And that's what causes your blood pressure to rise. Hey, Baxter, haven't seen you around in a while. Great to see you and hear from you. So anyway, so that's why with these words, you really got to stand guard at the door of your mouth and your mind, because it's a biblical principle as well. Out of the abundance of the heart, hey, Lori, your mouth speaks. Okay, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Two biblical principles there. So here's another tip that I learned from Ray. We identified these 5 words, and I'm going to review them again. If you're constantly saying confused, disappointed, stuck, overwhelmed, and frustrated, all right, you constantly are saying those words. That's not good for your health. So what he says to do, and I thought this was really smart, is, if you're finding yourself saying these words, attach this sentence to the end of it. So if you're sitting there saying, I'm so stuck that I can't lower my blood sugars, you want to add this phrase to the end of it. That's what I want. I'm so overwhelmed that I have to try to, exercise and do meal plans and read food labels. And that's what I want. I'm so disappointed that I can't lose weight and I just want to give up. And that's what I want. Okay? See what happens when you add that? Because what you argue for, you get to keep. And some of you might be saying to me, well, I'm just being real. Doc, I'm telling you, I'm being honest. Okay? Justifying where you are keeps you where you are. Telling it like it is, it's always going to remain like it is. So here's my final tip. This is the other tip to learn about, is when you find yourself speaking in these situations, you can replace it by saying, instead of saying those words, say, you know what? I'm learning how to lose weight. I'm learning the healthy principles as I go. I'm grateful that I'm working with a good doctor. I'm working with a good dietitian. I've got great friends and support that are helping me with this. okay? And here's another phrase I want you to adopt. I'll figure it out. So when you're dealing with something where and I'm telling you, I have my moments where it's really, hard to manage your diabetes and get those numbers in the target levels. We have those ups and downs. But I will tell you that if you need to, address the problem, you don't want to use those words saying, you know what, my blood sugars are not in my target range. My weight is not coming down to my target, okay? Notice how I took the emotional component out of it. Then I'm going to focus on, and I'm going to say, you know what? My weight is not in the target range yet. My blood sugars aren't in the target range, but you know what? I'm learning and I'll figure it out. And start putting your brain on focusing on the solution. Focus on the solution to the problem. Because when you spend more time focusing on the solution, you will find it. So if we apply that statement where we say, that's what I want, if you say, you know what, I'll figure it out, and that's what I want, guess what? You're going to figure it out. If you say, I'm learning to get to manage my diabetes to get it into target levels, and that's what I want, guess what? You're going to get that. We can't control the time frame, but you'll get there. That's the key to really managing your, getting your health back on track, getting your blood sugars, your blood pressure, your weight down to target levels. Okay. And see, it's so easy to get into the negative Nelly talk, because all you have to do is look on social media, look on the news, look on the commercials. You're seeing nothing but negative, 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 negative. And you've got to break that pattern. So what I want you to do is I really want you to really stand guard at the door of your mouth and your mind. And that means, you've got to eliminate the negative that's taking away from you, and focus on and really start looking at how do you speak, the words that you speak, and you got to start associating with people who are not engaging in that negative talk. You've got to limit them, and you got to really look at and finding people when like when you're looking to find Facebook groups, there's really a lot of Facebook groups out there for managing diabetes or any other health issue. And so you want to be careful when you're selecting a Facebook group that you're not getting into a group where people are just sitting there and they're using these words, because that alone is going to also put you into a negative spiral. Now, has this ever happened to you where you've gone and you've been with people maybe at work, or, you're in a group and everybody there's like a negative vibe and everybody goes off on that negative vibe where they're frustrated, angry, upset about something. And then, you chime in on it and you get caught up in that energy. And then afterwards you feel real drained. You feel like, crap. Okay. You don't want to do that, because that's taking your energy down, and it can actually raise your stress levels. So you don't want to do that. You always want to be focusing on solutions. You want to focus on solutions. Address the problem, take the emotional component out of it, but then use your words, your language, and bring about the solutions. Okay, so I hope this really helped you out today. If it did, hey Joey, glad to have you on. If this did help you, I want you to leave a comment. I want you to share this. Share this video with those you know, okay? Whether they're struggling to lose weight, whether they're struggling, maybe they're diabetic, and they're really having a hard time, okay, with really managing it, or they maybe have another health crisis. Maybe there's somebody right now who's going through a hard time with, finding a job, or finding some more, getting more out of life. They're really kind of frustrated where they're at, they're really going through a bad patch. Share this video with them, because this is going to help. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad that you love this message. So before I go, and this has nothing to do with mindset, but You know, the holiday season is all upon us. And if you're looking for a way to save an extra 30 to 50% off any of your holiday shopping from your favorite stores, reach out to me, because I found something that I've been using and it's been absolutely, I can't believe how awesome it is to really save some money. And this will also help you where you don't need to worry about, you know, driving to the malls, waiting in long lines, raising the stress level, and you can really enjoy the holiday season this year in the way that you're meant to, the way it's meant to be, to have it to be a real fun and exciting time. So if you want to learn more about that, feel free to reach out to me and I will make sure to fill you in more about that. So thanks for watching today, guys. Thanks so much for those of you who were watching: Nancy, Alzira, Baxter, Lori, Joey, and Cheryl. Thanks for stopping in and commenting. And then make sure you join me tomorrow for another day where I'll share with you more insights from the challenge I'm in. Take care, guys.